I guess the big name that's been announced.
Should we start with the second headliner?
Well, I was going to ask you a question about this actually, because when you look at the way that it's laid out on Bloodstock website, it looks like there are 3 headliners.
Yeah, but it's not.
But I was going to say to you, is that legit? Because
No.
it shows Cradle of Filth alongside Sabaton and the other headliner, Scorpions.
No, they didn't
at the
announce.
very, very top.
Yeah, it's just how the setup is, because I think they keep everything at the top and work their way down.
Right.
You remember
So
last...
they could end up like down the bottom.
I think they'll be second from top.
Yeah.
There'll be these special guests, as it were, for Saturday's band, depending upon who that is.
Yeah.
But we'll talk. Well, we brought it up. So Cradle of Filth for one of the band that were announced.
Children of Bodom.
Children of the Bottom. Queen's Reich, however you say it.
Just Reich.
Reich.
D.
Snyder.
Hypocrisy. Soilwork.
Yep.
And then obviously the most recent one, which is the one that we were talking about, is
Scorpions. So let's break that one down. The Scorpions were announced as the Sunday night headliner for Bloodstock, and I will say I generally did not see that coming. Couldn't have even guessed that.
No, I wouldn't have guessed it either. This is strange because I'm alright with it, but I think I'm alright with it more because like it's on the Sunday.
Yep.
I can catch a couple of tracks and then fuck
You'll
off
be
if I
going
want
on.
to. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't have a massive impact on me. I've never seen them.
Yep.
I'm aware of them, although I'm aware of 2 or 3 of their big hits.
That's it. Yeah.
Very much the same sort of vein as Mr. Big last year, actually.
Okay.
Quite strange in a way because just like Mr. Big last year as well, Scorpions to me are more of a kind of Rambling Man band. I genuinely do think that. Actually, on the Rambling Man website, there's a lot of people that have been saying, "I've seen the Scorpions are in the UK. Do you think they'll come to Rambling Man?"
Okay.
So actually, that's the sort of bands that they push for.
Yep.
You know. But
I agree.
they've been around for a long time in the rock world. You know, so why not? It's not like I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna catch a couple of tracks. If I'm enjoying it, I'm gonna stay.
Yep.
And if I'm not, then it's Sunday night anyway. We usually shoot off after the headliner, so it just means I'll hit the road an hour earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I agree wholeheartedly. What you said is pretty much my feelings. I sort of went, really? I'm not a fan because I basically only know 2 or 3 of their big hitters, same as Brendan, and those big hitters I don't really care for.
But you must want to be in the vicinity to do the whistling.
No.
On Winds of Change.
No, God, when I first heard that song, just one of those. Yeah, it's like, it's not for me. But it worked out perfectly because it said, as Brendan said, it's the Sunday night headliner, which is tends to be where I'm normally at my most. I'm tired and I'm done. So the Scorpions is perfect for that. I'd say watch a bit if it's going well, great, and so on. Yeah. There's people being their usual dickhead selves. Scorpions are fine for Bloodstock. They are a rock band when it comes down to it. And if they're going to play Bloodstock, they were always going to headline. It is as simple as that. To me, it's not that odd in the sense that I think they're more suited. They play Download and they're probably more suited to Rambling Man, but. We're seeing these little extras. We can't have people going, Mr. Big's fine and Scorpions aren't. Do you see what I mean?
Nah, I think the big thing now, though, with this lineup, genuinely, for a lot of people who go to Bloodstock for the more extreme side of metal, will be that Saturday night headliner is going to have to be of quite a heavy nature.
It's got to be something,
Sabaton,
right?
The kind of power metal, anthemic, clean singing, Scorpions. There's got to be something in the middle.
Yeah.
That satisfies the reason that Bloodstock originally brought people in, which was celebrating the heavier side of rock.
I agree. I'm
happy with all. Don't get me wrong. I don't mean that as a diss about the Scorpions being there or Sabaton. I'm happy with the lineup, and like we've said millions of times, whoever the 3 headliners are, it's not really about that Bloodstock anyway. It's about like the New Blood, the Sophie. It's about all the undercard. But if you were to go, I don't know, say. You can't announce like a Scorpion style band now on a Saturday.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It can't be that because that suddenly looks very clean and.
It's got to be.
I'm expecting. I'm expecting, but I hope it's not Slayer.
Yeah, I'm expecting Slayer. Although again, I hope it's not.
But I'd be quite happy for Behemoth or something like that.
Yeah.
To break that headliner kind of cycle up.
I think Behemoth's probably the best shout out of them because Slayer are doing downloads.
Yeah.
On a lot of downloads. I think that might be the one saving grace for us not to have Slayer. I mean, it's not just like a Slayer people or anything like that. I'm a huge fan of Slayer, but I've seen Slayer way too many times, and I saw them also headline Bloodstock only a few years ago. So I'd really kind of prefer not to be Slayer.
Yeah. The only bad thing about it, if it is Behemoth.
Yeah.
And it was Cradle on before Behemoth. We've seen what Cradle do when they're around other black metal bands.
Oh, yeah.
They get all like, shoot, we can't play any of our catchy songs. We've got to be all hardcore.
We got to be fucking, God, you're right. But yeah, that would make sense. Cradlefield, then Behemoth as well. That
Yeah,
is similar
would.
because if you look at it, you've got like Queensryche, right, and Scorpions, two similar-esque bands.
Yeah.
Although I know Queensryche are more progressive.
Yeah, assuming that they're, like you said, assuming that they are one after the other. That's the thing.
Assuming, yeah.
Children of Bodom to Sabaton. You know, it's that Scandinavian sort of scene, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really? So.
But yeah, I mean, the rest of it I'm pretty happy with. Children of Bodom, I always enjoyed them live. Festival set where they're playing 45 to an hour is perfect. We have great memories of a Children of Bodom show.
Absolutely, yeah.
So to us, it's pretty on the money.
Yeah.
Cradle, obviously, we're both massive fans.
Yeah,
you can go back and check a special we did on it.
I'm over the moon with it.
Yep.
My only concern with it is that it doesn't get pushed down the list so far so that Cradle's a 45 minutes in the broad daylight set.
Yeah.
That's my only thing with it.
That's
I
true.
actually would have preferred Cradle to be a Sophie tent headliner.
Oh, okay.
Personally. If they weren't going to be a headliner. But, you know, special guest slot would be fine.
Yeah. I'd be surprised if they weren't.
Yeah.
Dee Snider, I'm
You're
very
a big fan of Twisted Sister, aren't you?
And not only that, his solo album, what was it called? The Love of Metal or something like that.
Something.
Was pretty decent. So I suspect with D as well, what we'd get is that album plus probably.
First name basis with him.
He's my
D.
pal. I've read his autobiography. I respect him a lot. You know, the dude's been in court for his rights and shit like that.
What, to party?
Yeah, basically. It was over their label, the parental advisory stickers that ended up on CDs.
Okay. Yeah.
Incredible story. But yeah, I love D. I respect him a lot. And here's the thing, guys. While he won't get a massive amount of time, you might be lucky and still get your Twisted Sister songs thrown in. So if you never got the chance, you're still going to see the vocalist do his shit, you know?
Yeah, that's cool.
Hypocrisy.
Hypocrisy, I don't know very much about,
Same.
but I do know that it's quite a big deal in that it's like a band that I think it's like a reunion kind of band.
There was a lot of positive people like this.
And also it's like a UK exclusive show, set, whatever.
Is it?
Yeah, I saw that on one of the other Bloodstock pages, actually, it shows that. Soil work I'm very happy about because I love my melodic death metal.
Mm.
You know, so I don't always get a huge amount of it at Bloodstock. The bands that I prefer over Soil Work, don't get me wrong. But Soilwork's new single's very, very, very good.
Yeah, you reviewed it highly.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm alright with that.
Yeah.
You know, they're only going to be like kind of daytime.
Yeah, 45
sort of like,
minutes, it's fine.
Yeah, so I'll try and catch some of that, assuming they're not clashing with somebody extremely important.
Yeah. So so far, Bloodstock's doing great. I am very happy as well that they kind of didn't do anything for ages and then just spat out a couple of announcements quickly in a row, you know. More of that, please. More just keep it quiet and just be like, oh, by the way, tomorrow at 11 o'clock, you know, we're going to announce this and so on. And they weren't the only ones. I mean, there's been some big European festival announcements that run similar bands to Bloodstock on a level. One was today. I can't remember who they're called, but it's one of the ones that happens near the time, and they often share bands.
Right.
And there was a couple of names in that already are at Bloodstock, but there's a couple of names in that could be very interesting. one that I really want to play Bloodstock that I hadn't considered until I saw him on this lineup, and it's King Diamond.
Right.
I've never seen King Diamond, and that I would love that. I'd be very happy with that. That would be great. You know, I'd like Bloodstock's main stage this year. I want more of I've never seen before. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
You know, I'll get plenty. You know, to be like more of in the sense that I've always wanted to. Like I say, King Diamond, never seen, always wanted to.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing.
A little part of me wants like the main stage to not be too good.
Of course, because we don't want to get stuck there.
We spent so much time, like the year just gone by, in the tents, finding so much good metal.
Yep.
Because the main stage wasn't that good, so we were like, that's fine, let's go check out everything else.
That's true.
You know.
Right. Well, as long as if it's going to be good, let it be good from 6 o'clock onwards when like the new blood stops and stuff like that. That's what we want. During the day, no problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, the big one, I guess, for our neck of the woods, the UK, was Download 2019 made their announcement, and in Download fashion, it was all three headliners plus a lot of the undercard as well, and
it wasn't Aussie.
It wasn't Aussie.
Yeah, so credit where credit's due.
it was right. So let's get this out of the way straight away. I would probably be accused of being a negative Nancy when it comes to Download. That's what it was. I think of negative Nancy, and it's not that. I think I don't think we really talk deep. You know, I'm not going to go too in depth. My question always been about Download is that the lack of trying. It's like to me, right, I'm going to use an analogy here. It's basically, and if you're a wrestling fan, you know this, it's basically modern WWE. No competitors, no competition.
Yeah.
Don't have to put that much effort in anymore because there's no one trying to beat us, you know? So they're like, oh, cool, we're doing a quarter of the ratings we used to do 10 years ago, but it doesn't matter because there's no one else to chase us. So we don't have to try as hard. And I always felt like that was the case with Download once Sonosphere went down a pan. Is it's, and I get it, it's a difficult position for them because they are the biggest in this country.
Yep.
And people expect, and as much as I'm sure the bookers of that would love to potentially go, oh, let's give, you know, because I thought one of the headliners this year might be Bring Me the Horizon. I was genuinely surprised it wasn't, because I thought they might give them the leg up. Bring Me the Horizon, particularly with a new album, might be the thing that pushes them to playing in places like the O2 and all that.
Maybe they also listened to it and realised it was shit.
It was shit, maybe. Yeah. But I thought it was a possibility. So when I saw the headliners, I did make a little bit of a face and be like, particularly in regards to one, which we'll get onto in a minute. Of basically what I see as same old, here we go again. Particularly, and I'm also going to say something very controversial.
Uh-oh.
Very controversial. That is probably,
Brace
you know.
yourselves.
Yeah. But to me, it's safe. It was a safe announcement, but it was Download, and it's some of the biggest bands in the world, so don't act like I have an issue with that. One of the things, like, it's weird. I'm incredibly defensive, right, over a certain situation that happened years ago. So, I believe the booker is Andy Copping.
Mm-hmm. Heard the name?
Yep. And many, many years ago, he was asked about Baby Metal. Would he ever book Baby Metal for Download? And he turned around and said no, because they're not metal, they're not in their realm and this and so on. Obviously that changed. He ended up booking them. And people love to throw it in his face.
Well,
if I was booking Download,
metal.
if I was booking Download, I'd have Baby Metal fucking headlining.
Yeah, I definitely have him near the top because I'm looking to sell tickets.
That's his job.
That's it, yeah.
So I completely get it, you know, and it's the same here. Here's the thing, so if Bring Me the Horizon were headlining and they'd chosen two other new kind of bands, let's say they'd talked Machine Head into doing One Night for once, and I don't know, Trivium, I don't know, someone like that was there, people would just do the night anyway.
Yeah,
because
you know,
expecting.
it doesn't matter what any festival booker does any time, they're never going to please everybody, that's the thing. I'm not going to lie, I actually saw this Download lineup.
Yep.
And I was probably the first time in a long time I've looked at a Download lineup so far and gone, well, that's actually quite appealing.
Yep. Okay.
I'm not, you know, the problem I have is that I know that is also potentially the only big metal bands that will be there, and everything that comes after this, I'll be like, oh, no.
So yeah,
I actually think there's a bit of relevance about some of it. So the headliners are Def Leppard, who I've never seen, and I like. I'm a fan of Def Leppard. I was a fan of them when I was younger.
Right.
I can't remember. It actually says it on here, doesn't it?
I played Hysteria in full.
Yeah. So I mean, personally, I'd like to see Def Leppard for the first time, not in an arena where it was like 70, 80 quid when they played recently. But I'd also like a greatest hit show.
Yep.
That'd be the thing I want. I know they'll probably do some hits as well.
Yeah, I mean, if they're playing an hour,
if you're gonna see a band like a band that's got like 20 odd bloody albums, and you know, the album I know most of Def Leppard is actually a greatest hits album.
Called
Revolt. You know what I mean? So you play one album back to back. I want to know tracks on it, but I'm gonna be like, oh, come on.
There are gonna be tracks on the album that you don't want to hear.
I think Slipknot, who are the second headliner, is a good get actually, because they are going to have a new album out.
It looks like it.
Drops.
It looks like it. Yep.
So you know, it's relevant. It's not a nostalgia trip. It's the fact that new album out on tour. Book Slipknot.
Yep.
And Tool is a good get for them, to be honest with you. It's a good booking. It's not a band that would make me want to go to Download exclusively. Not gonna lie. But you know, I looked at that and I thought, all right, it's not the most different headliners they've ever booked, but it is a little fresher than a lot of the Download lineups I've seen in the past. There are bands in there. When we did the Download lineup, I'm not going to go into the rest of it just yet, but when we did the Download lineup and we talked through it last year and that, I struggled. There were more bands in that little bit that they've announced so far that I liked than there were in the whole of the lineup last year.
That's awesome. That's actually really cool. Don't even consider that. You're right. That's a really cool thing.
We struggled with it last year, didn't we? We were like,
it was a mess.
Shit, we don't know anyone on that stage. We don't know anyone on that stage.
But you
you know what I mean? And it was like, oh my god.
But you are right that there might be the potential that this might just be it for you. It depends, right? So I want to So you've given your opinions, headlines. I'm going to keep in mind, right? So I have not contrasting, massively different, right? So Def Leppard playing, this is the one that infuriates me the most. I would have to check this, and I'm probably being a little bit over the top here, but I'm sure they played like every other year now for the last 5 or 6 years. I've seen them at Download more than once. They played too many times, and the offer of them playing Hysteria in full made me go, but that's worse. Like, that's worse.
Yeah.
Like, that might be your most favourite album, but who the fuck wants to see go to a festival show?
It's probably an anniversary of some description, isn't it? That's
presumably, but I don't know. I just kind of think, like, I don't think people care enough about that. So I thought that was an odd one. So if I sort of take that and put that aside and go, okay, Def Leppard are the weird one, you know, the Avenged Sevenfold and stuff like that kind of thing. And then you do get Slipknot, and you're right. I can't criticise Slipknot. This is their third time, I think, headlining Download now. So again, I think it's a safe option in that sense.
It is.
But
like you said, from a booking perspective, I mean, that's the ticket seller right there.
Yeah, well, it is. And also, they are now beginning to gear up. The Slipknot train wheels have started to move. The social media posts about music and stuff like that.
The heaviest song they've ever recorded, apparently.
Yeah, I take that with a
remains
pinch
to
of
be
salt.
seen.
Yeah, because they said a lot of that shit about the Subliminal. Which one was the last one? The Grey Chapter. Yeah. And I found too much influence of Song Sour in the Grey Chapter to really, really like Slipknot. But I do like Slipknot.
Yeah.
I am a fan. Yeah. So I can't, you know, and I have seen them live, but it's been long enough that if this was to be a great day of metal, that I would maybe consider it, basically. You know, that kind of thing. But the controversial one I mentioned at the start. So basically, and I know people's reaction to Tool being announced, it is a great get, but considering Tool's inability to do fucking anything, the fact that they're now actually going to be doing shows next year.
Actually, you know, there's still plenty of time for them to not show up.
There's plenty of time for shit to go down. But here's the fucking thing that I'm very insistent on. They better not turn up the Download with no new music. They better have a new album, because this is turning into me, Chinese democracy.
Do you not think, though, that most of this might not be true for everyone, but a lot of the people that will go to see Tool at a festival set, like at Download, will actually be more keen on hearing them playing their other stuff anyway, even if they have got a new release out.
Of course.
That's the kind of the festival thing, isn't it?
It's been a long time since Tool have headlined or been at Download. I reckon at least 10 years. I know I've seen them on a poster, but I don't know if that was like 2008 or something like that. So it's been a long time, and it is a great get. And I'm a Tool fan. I'm just not a massive Tool fan. I don't think they deserve.
I'm not either. I just think, like you were saying about the fact that the booking agent's got to book tickets.
Yeah.
You know, and they could have very easily gone Metallica, somebody.
Yeah.
You know, with Metallica being kind of in the UK.
Yeah.
And everything like that. I'm not saying that this is like massively different. It is safe, but it's also potentially relevant. I mean, if Tool have got a release out eventually by that point, and Slipknot have, two of their headliners could be headlining with new music out. Which isn't always the case with the headliners that we look at them.
No, you are right.
And, you know, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, you are right.
I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm going to be controversial here.
Go.
I personal preference, take Def Leppard over Scorpions at Bloodstock.
Yeah,
Controversy.
Okay. No, I think you're right there in the sense that I know more Def Leppard.
I'd enjoy it more. I know that. I know I would. I've never, but also because I've never seen Def Leppard or Scorpions. But if they were both playing on the same night and I had a ticket for each show, I'd go to the Def Leppard show.
Right. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you, because
so I actually think, for me, Def Leppard's a good booking. Because it doesn't matter if they played there every year for the last 20 years. I've never seen them.
You've never seen them, yeah. You know? So that's it. Yeah.
But again, it's the hysteria thing would put me off a little bit. It's like, you know, like I said, I want that great.
That is the off-putting bit. Yeah. All right. Well, so the four sort of major names. So basically, you know, Download posters tend to stick to if you're big enough or high up on the stage, you get your own fonts, whereas the rest just don't. So the four more bands who have their own fonts. Now, this is where I think we'll pretty much agree all the way through.
Yeah, pretty much on all of it. I mean, I will say. We'll do the bands first, and then I'll say.
Right, so we've got Slash and the Conspirators with Miles Kennedy. That's his jam. We've got Whitesnake, and we've got Rob Zombie. Oh, and Trivium. Yeah. They're the four ones that have got their font. I guess the ones that will be slightly under, second top, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Maybe headline a second stage or something like that, maybe. Or what do you reckon? No, they're probably a bit too big, aren't they?
Yeah, I kind of. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
It is hard to tell. I mean, Parkway Drive headlined it last year, and they're arguably a big band, aren't they?
Yeah,
So
it's hard to tell because it's not.
one of the
right
things
set.
when this got announced, I was quite surprised. This is one of the reasons I was pleasantly surprised with Download, is because when I saw that Rob Zombie had been announced, I assumed Rob Zombie was a headliner.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know why I did. I just thought Rob Zombie, that sounds like a Download headliner to me, to be honest with you. None of the four are ticket, like, would make me want to go to Download.
Right.
Like, there wouldn't be the reason I'd buy a ticket. Although, I have no problem with any of the four.
Really?
I don't particularly want to have any desire to see Rob Zombie. I'm not a massive fan of Rob Zombie, and not even a massive fan of White Zombie, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
White
Then why don't you have a problem with him?
Because I've never seen him. I'm not a fan of the music that I've listened to.
Oh, you weren't there when he headlined Bloodstock?
No, I wasn't.
Right.
Yeah, so I've never seen it live, but I've listened to the music, obviously.
Yeah.
And I'm not massive on the music. However, I'm aware that apparently there's a good show and all that stuff.
Just right, I'm going to jump in there. I've seen him twice, and I'm still waiting to see this apparently good fucking show.
He's obviously waiting for me to come, isn't he?
He headlined Bloodstock, and all
Yeah.
he brought was some goddamn vinyls and did some dancing around on stage.
Yeah.
I've never been so mad about that.
So, I mean, I could be wrong, but the thing is, I've never seen him, and that's what I'm saying. It's not, announcing Rob Zombie wouldn't make me go out and buy a Download ticket.
Yeah.
However, if I was already at Download, I'd be like, oh, okay, cool, I'll go and check it out.
Wow, I'd have the opposite. You couldn't.
Yeah, because you've seen it before.
Yeah, I've seen it twice before. Both times I did not enjoy it.
I don't particularly enjoy this Slash Miles Kennedy music, which is a bit of a problem for me because I'm a very big Slash fan. I like Slash quite a lot.
Yeah.
I think he's a cool guy. Yeah, it'd be like, maybe I'd put ear defenders in and just go there and stare at Slash.
Maybe just curiosity because Miles Kennedy's a great vocalist.
It's probably one of those things like we do at a lot of festivals, which is like, oh, let's just catch a song or two and see if it hooks us in. And if it doesn't, let's jump off somewhere else.
Yeah.
This is the thing with Download, and this is why I think sometimes I think this way, is because I'm also aware that, unlike Bloodstock, where it's, well, okay, I don't have to watch that because there's like 20 other bands in different tents and everything like that
Yeah.
to check out that I will probably like. There possibly isn't at Download.
Yeah.
You know, the bands that are playing on the other stage right now may very well not, are quite likely to not be my bands that I want to see anyway. So then you're almost like, well, I may as well watch this.
Yeah, you are right, yeah.
Whitesnake, like I said, whatever. If I'm there and there's nothing else on, I'll probably watch it.
We saw them only a
we saw
few
them
years
there.
ago at Ramblin'
Yeah.
Man.
And Trivium, I like Trivium. I am a Trivium fan.
Yeah.
I do think they've got as much terrible music as they have good
Yeah.
music. But their last album was very good.
Yeah, I mean, I'd watch Trivium.
Yeah, so, you know, no problem with Trivium.
Right, and then we'll fly through the rest of the bands.
Actually, you get, you know, it's almost better. Yeah, these ones.
There's
a couple.
There's a couple that pull out and go, really? So we got Amon Amarth, which, you know, that's fantastic. That's great.
Yeah.
Carcass, happy with that again.
Yeah, Carcass.
Dylan, I'd check him out if there was nothing else going on. Die Ant Word Eye.
No idea.
What?
No idea.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But, you know.
It's questionable even for Download. Like, which says a lot. Me First and the Gimme Gimmes.
Again, aware of, no idea, no desire to see.
Each to our own on that one, you know. Opeth.
I'm actually not overly bothered by Opeth either, to be honest with you. I'd go and check Opeth out because I've never seen them, but I don't. They're not like my favourite band.
Well, I will tell a brief story of one of my overriding memories of Opeth, right? So there was a brief point where I was banging into them, probably around Blackwater Park era. And then they released a new album. I can't remember what it was, but I went to a back when I used to enter competitions all the time, and I went to a Kerrang listening party.
All right.
Still got a photo somewhere of me, clean shaven, short hair, standing with the Opeth singer. You know, a photo where it's like careful distance between us, that kind of shit. You know. Anyway, I paid to see them live at Brixton Academy, and it was the first time I'd gone to see them live. And I fell asleep at Brixton. And you know, like, when you were drinking and all that, I have never in my life fallen asleep at a fucking gig. Opeth put me to sleep. I woken up. Standing up, like, you know, like leaning on a barrier kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's my overriding memory of Opeth. They bore me. They bore me. Like, I've never fallen asleep at a gig in my life, but it happened at Opeth.
Yeah.
Power Trip. Awesome.
Yeah, big up and coming name in the metal world as well, aren't they, at the moment, so.
Real Big Fish.
Another, good fun. Good fun band.
Happy with that as well. Skindred, again.
Fun. Yeah, it's a bit of fun. Yeah. Everyone I know. I've never been a huge Skindred fan, but everybody I know who watches Skindred, and I watched them at Bloodstock 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It is just fun. You can't help but have a little smile on your face. So.
Yeah.
I don't know Starset.
I don't know them. Don't know them.
I know Tesla, but not probably for the reason that this is Tesla.
No, the name rings a bell, but that's about
they're
it.
from the car, I think. That's why I keep thinking
probably,
of it.
you know.
Amity Affliction are a good band.
Yep.
No problem with that as well. I think I'd most likely check them out.
Yeah. I'm probably the same with Under Oath.
I don't think I'm familiar with Under Oath.
Metalcore. Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah. I would probably check them out, I guess, because there may not be anything else that I want to see. Yeah, so, all in all, I didn't look at the download announcement and go, fuck me, I know one of these bands. I looked at it and I thought, oh, Carcass, I'm on and off, Trivium. Yeah, I was like, oh, this isn't too bad. But, like, is this going to be all of it,
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it was. If you were going for mix, they certainly did that, and I think getting all the 3 headlines at once was a good call. We download Always Watch This Space. We're going to be doing a bit more coverage of it this year than we've previously done.
Yeah.
Try and sort of follow suit as best we can in the similar style we do with Blood stuff. It might be a bit harder there because we don't have like a new blood area to approach. There will be lower down bands, but there isn't like a specific stage or a specific competition or something like that to sort of.
No, not yet. I wouldn't. Like we've said before, actually, like, the New Blood thing is like, why doesn't everyone do this?
Yeah.
But you do kind of get the sense that people are starting to, like, Wacken do it now, don't they? Or not to the extent of the New Blood stage, but to you can come and play at Wacken.
Okay, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've noticed a few posts going up about it. I think at the moment, I could be wrong on this, but it's predominantly get one American band to Wacken.
Really?
It's very much about things that have heats in America and everything like that, and one band gets there.
Interesting.
But if that goes well, I would be very surprised if they don't spread that out further to.
I want to see more of it. Yeah.
Rambling Man do it. Obviously, they do it at the Big Red as well, don't they?
Yeah, the rising stage. Yeah.
So hopefully, because I hope it is, hopefully this is a take up that other festivals are going to do and
Start
actually
paying attention.
Get some of them local bands in there, get their name out there a bit.
Yeah. I mean, there'll be many bands in this country in particular would kill to play any part.
It's got to be
download.
a win-win for a fucking festival, isn't it? Surely
it pads out your
costing
lineup.
you bugger all.
Yeah.
You're filling your lineup out.
People will come because
You
they
know
want
what
to
I mean?
support the bands.
They'll bring their friends, their families. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're going to be drinking. They're going to stay there. I mean, why wouldn't you? It
Yeah.
just sounds like a no-brainer.
It seems like a no-brainer.